what's up world, it's me, LA, pronounced like LA like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. I'm happy to be back again. Like I said yesterday, I'd be right back. Guess that movie, that was from Scream 1. I'll be right back. Well, I'm back. And today I want to talk about Tasha K. I remember I used to be subscribed to her because her work was interesting. It was fun and entertaining. And she looked like my age. She looked super duper young. And I mean, I the same. We're practically born around the same age. She was born in, what is it? What did the computer say? I think we're 2 years apart. On wiki.ng, wiki.ng, it's got her age. She was born March 10th, 1982. I was born March 23rd, 1984. So I already was drawn to her simply because I could tell we were the same age, but we both look really young for our ages. So that's one of the things that drew me to her after being introduced to her based on me watching Lovely T. When I was watching Lovely T, you know, eventually over time, her Tasha K's information fell into my feed and I watched Tasha K. I thought when I saw her, she was loud, but not at the time when I first saw her, she wasn't loud and obnoxious. And that's just a given from what I've seen growing up, since I am African American and everybody in my family was super loud. I just grew used to it, but I tolerated it. That's what I should say. My family, at least on my mom's side, they're really loud. So it was something I had to tolerate. But at the time, Tasha K was loud, but it wasn't me tolerating her. It was just loud in a more of a naturally girly, cool girl, you know, type of beat. So I really was digging the vibes. She started her videos in joined August 5th, 2015. And I have a couple of videos that I'll put, you know, in this pre-recorded video talking about things to make my point more clear. Please know I'm stumbling over my words and pausing because I'm actually recording while I'm looking through my phone at the same time to provide information to talk to you to more relate to what I'm saying with the pictures that are going by. I'm multi-talented, but multitasking is very difficult for me, so it is what it is. And thankfully on a platform like this, YouTube, we can definitely be ourselves and find a niche. Someone somewhere will be drawn to us. So that's another thing about being a YouTuber, and why you should take it seriously as a real job, as Tasha K has. She made her job in LLC, which I recommend all people should do. But moving on to Tasha K, in her videos, she used to do like these skits and stuff, and it reminded me of myself because I used to do the skits and everything too. I thought she was funny, interesting, and I just really saw some characteristics in myself in her. I just did. So the one video I have up is, let me see here. The one video I have up right here, I had to refix it. It is Akon says African men take better care of women, and it's with Tasha K talking about what, you know, Akon said. And she's dressed in like a woman's dashiki set. It's got the hat and the dress, like the top and the bottom, hat and dress. She said that her husband's mother made it. So Tasha K's mother-in-law made it. But I missed that Tasha K where she used to dress up and do these skits and stuff. I went through her timeline and I don't see any other videos that she had, like where she used to do skits like in what I assumed was her living room. I think the couch was maroon or something, or maybe she was in her bedroom too. It could have been either or. But I remember she did a lot of skits and I was like, who is this lady? She's really funny. And so I saw some characteristics in her that, you know, I saw in me, because I too like to dress up as different characters and reenact people from my life or people in general. And so I just wondered where'd that Tasha K go, and why did she stop? Or, you know, how come she didn't, is she going to bring the characters back? Because it just went from being kind of like Tasha showing her diverse talent skills from doing celebrity gossip and acting and just displaying her creativity as an African American woman, to just straight one-sidedness of being a celebrity vlogger, you know. So that's the Tasha K I was introduced to. I know people do change, and piggying back off of her dressing up and stuff, I too used to dress up in costumes. I think I just said that. But the reason for me not doing it at this time over a few years is because I ran into some dilemmas, and I haven't had the time or the energy to go back and get into it like I really wanted to. One of my costumes, actually, the Thaddeus one, my favorite character, somebody actually broke into my truck and stole the costume. So number one, that's a sign that that's going to be one of my things that are going to bring my family and I much success. But after that, I felt weird. I didn't want to get back into it. Not because it was a sign of discouragement. It was just, it kind of felt like a loss or a death. So I didn't want to get back into it. And finding the exact pieces that I had to represent who Thaddeus King was or is, it took a long time to find those pieces. I didn't put that costume together overnight. It took a long time for me to put that together. So I didn't want to get back into it. And then I was talking to my husband about it, because he would ask a lot. I said, you know what? I do want to start back with my characters, but when I go back into my characters, I want to go in 1000%. So I'm just waiting, and thankfully I have a lot of other multi-talented skills that I can display on YouTube. So when that time comes to you know, unveil Thaddeus and Uncle Freddy and all my other characters I act as, I'll be ready then. But for Tasha K, is she doing the same thing? That I don't think her costumes got stolen, but what happened all of a sudden? I don't see as many videos as I used to. There's another video she's got. I'll show you. I need to go back to her videos and go to the oldest. Date added oldest. There's another one. Hey, where are you? You guys, the video was hiding. I need to look at it so I can better explain to you what I'm trying to say. It's funny too, because she's got this wig on. It looks like the wigs that you order from those wig catalogs, where I think Vivica Fox still displays her wigs. It's like the wig. There it is, the wig with the built-in headband. Rare video, your life on Pepsi, hidden look at real Pepsi drinkers. I thought that was funny too, because she even put in a fake behind to make her bottom look really wild, like how Madia's is. So Tasha, where is she? My thing is this. I know as a YouTuber, you do have to find your way. You have to find your niche. And if one thing doesn't work, you go to the next. A lot of things on my platform, I get numbers, but it's a lot of times it's hit or miss. But I wouldn't want to completely just stop my acting because the numbers aren't working. If anything, how can you reinvent your characters so they can be brought into the platform, so you can still do the things you love, be true to yourself, and show the world more of you than just being stuck in one category. My personal opinion, that's what happened. And from my point of view, you know, just being, you know, if it works, you know, give the audience what they want, but you don't want to continue to give the audience what they want and you lose yourself in just that one thing. And from my point of view, it seems like that's what happened. I'm not sure if she's got her videos with her, you know, being in all these costumes and cool skits on private, or if they're simply deleted off of YouTube itself. But that's the Tasha K I knew and I've seen over the years, how she's changed. And everyone is supposed to change, that's for sure. Everyone is supposed to grow, but her timeline and her growth, it changed for a way that I started to worry for her. I was scared because I didn't want Tasha to lose Tasha. I know this is a dog-eat-dog world. You do have to put on your armor. You do have to put on your game face. And at the time when Tasha started, YouTube and in the black community, from my point of view, was just a hobby. It wasn't treated as their ticket out. But when I started YouTube, I saw it as more. I saw it as more than just a hobby. When I was first introduced to YouTube, I saw it as my way out. I saw YouTube as like the best of both worlds. I can be myself. I can get paid for doing what I love to do. There wouldn't be any pressure. I can stay home and take care of my family. I can be me, you know? And that was my meal ticket. I saw hope, promise. So that's how I saw YouTube as the golden ticket. And to me, I think that's how Tasha may have seen it too. Because if she hadn't, why would she be going so hard? And over the years, she's gone harder and harder, thusly leading her to this Tasha K Cardi B trial. I just think she lost her way in all the sauce and the train of celebrity and just making money. From the outside looking in, no matter how you do it, it seems like once you get started, life goes really fast. And so you fall into default and just stick to what works. And what was giving her the views was celebrity gossip, you know? And who would want that to stop? But the thing is, when you get to that crossroads, you just have to split up your time, meaning do videos that still keep you happy, do videos that drew you into this world of creativity anyways, like your costumes and such, and a little more kind-hearted and tender-hearted, and give the people what they want. If you just continually pour into giving the people what they want, you will lose yourself. So I just hope that after this case, now that Tasha's really cemented her name into history, even though I don't approve of the way she did it, I hope that she'll be able to get back into the old Tasha. Because look, I don't want people losing out here, but sometimes the way you go about things, there are consequences. So I'm praying that Tasha gets back to her old self. And word on the street, as YouTubers like Larry Reed and Conscious TV, and those are the two main ones that I can think of right now. There's another, but I'm probably not subscribed. They say that in person, Tasha's a really nice person. Oh, Wiley. Oh, what? Well, if that's the case, they're probably seeing the Tasha that I was introduced to years ago. Like, 5 years ago when her videos first started. That's the side they're probably seeing. But on the camera, as the years transpire, she's turned into Cruella de Vil. I cannot judge people by what they present, but if it's constantly like that and you're bearing witness over the camera of a change, and I'm not the only person seeing that change, and it raises flags like, are you okay? Don't lose yourself. I know you're doing good, but just don't lose yourself. And then to solidify what I'm saying, in opposition to what some other famous YouTubers are saying, that behind the scenes Tasha K is nice, but I can't go with that, because as the court cases come out, the transcripts are saying that Tasha K willingly and deliberately bullied Cardi B to gain financially. So now it's like you have to take these things more than with a grain of salt. You have to take these things with a cup of sugar, cup of salt, barbecue, hot sauce, mix it all together, and get what you're gonna get. So I just want Tasha K to get back to who she is. And in my mind, I see now that she has KB Studios. I'm hoping that this will be a change for her, an open door. She's already painted herself as the YouTube villainess. That's a name that you will not be able to live down. That's her badge of honor she's going to have to take. But there's still redemption. There's still chances for redemption. So on the other side of this, as she's fighting through this right now, I hope that her redemptiveness will be this picture you see right here. See how beautiful she is. Like, this picture shows the Tasha I knew back then, but grown up now. I hope that she gets back to that. I hope she gets back to how she was when, you know, she first presented herself to the social media world. I hope that she uses Kiwi Studios if she doesn't lose it. But even if she does, I hope she... Oh, man, that's bad. I want her to get back to the old her. Let's just say she doesn't lose Kiwi Studios. I want her to get back to acting and being creative and fun now that she's going to have the means to do so. I don't want her to lose herself because she's got a husband and she's got a family. At the end, you know, I know she did this probably for her family and probably other vain personal reasons too, but I don't want her to lose her family. I don't want her to lose her husband. I don't want her to lose herself. Because from the outside looking in, it looked like she's already lost half of her soul. I just want her to get back to this. I want her to get back to happiness. I know she had a pretty rough road coming up from what I've gathered from the snippets she would share on interviews and personally speaking through her experiences. I seem to learn more about her when she did those letters. Like, I like that way she was going when she had a segment where she would read people's letters and help them solve problems. She gave good advice. And it came from a place of compassion. It was non-scripted. So, what's right is right. And what's wrong is wrong. What she's done was terribly bad, so she has to suffer the consequences. No different from John Wick. Consequences. But just because you're paying for these consequences, and some of them you're going to have to live with for the rest of your life, which she is, there's still room for redemption. And I don't want her to think that all is lost, but I hope that she gets off the track thought process of that she's in that got her to this point. I hope she finds confidence and belief in herself that she don't have to be so malicious and slanderous to continue the money flow. There's so many things she can do. I'm wondering who's around her. Have they been telling her these things? But even if her people who work around her are telling her these things, what is it going to take for Tasha to believe that stuff that people are telling her? That's the thing. So my heart goes out to her in that aspect. But I'm glad justice was served. I will not renege my hand off of that. I'm glad she got what she got, because lessons need to be displayed so people won't do stuff like that. But I want, at the end of all this mess, I want to see a true purge and a turnaround for Tasha and redemption. She's got a daughter, she's got a son, and she's got people who look up to her that aren't her family. Like, you know, like, I don't subscribe to her anymore, because she lost me at one point. So it's things like that. You know, people are who saw her, who started the first time, it's like, man, she's changed. I can't really ride with her like that. You know, it's like, dang. But that's neither here nor there. Everyone makes mistakes, but there's levels to this. And what Tasha K did was over the hill. I'm glad justice was served, but I'm praying for redemptive qualities and that Tasha K dares to be herself. Tasha K, I challenge you to be yourself, just as bold as you were to bring down Tasha K. I dare you to be as bold to get back to the old you, or to be the representation of who you really want to be inside. Not a bully, but how you were when you first started, how you are according to interview people, how they say you are and behind the scenes. I dare you to do that, to be yourself, to be that nice person that everyone else says you are behind the scenes. I mean, geez, it's not gonna hurt you. So that's all I have right there. But when I saw that picture, the one you see right now, it brought me back to wondering, dang, what happened? Hope she finds herself. Listen to the good support that people are telling you, you know? I pray that you believe in yourself more, and when you look in the mirror, you see yourself differently than what you portray. Don't get lost. It's me, LA, pronounced like LA like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm Breezy, signing off. You guys have a great day.